Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So this is a continuation of JMeter, how to use it. So this video is basically on how to record a web page using JMeter, and we will walk through each step-by-step process on it. So already there is a video uploaded for how to install JMeter and basics of JMeters. So please do have a look over it. And again, just for new beginners, like the URL to download JMeter is jmeter.apache.org /download underscore jmeter.cgi. To install the JDK, you can download in the Oracle site the latest JDK. Okay, so place them in a folder in your C drive or any drive where you want to place it, and you can open it and use it. So for more detailed explanation, watch my earlier videos on installing JMeter. Okay. So this is on the continuation of the last video where we added threads and recording controller and test script recorder. So it's now the time to put them into action. Okay. So in the test script recorder, you can see a port and the HTTP domain. So basically, to record it locally, we'll keep the domain as localhost, and port number you need to give a proxy port number. So you need to enable a proxy port number. So it can start with 8 or 9, which is not used by anything else, any other software. Just put that port number to listen. Okay. So now in this tool, when we put the port number, we need to enable the same proxy setting in one of your browsers, which we want to record the site. For this demo purpose, we'll be using demowebshop.tricentric.com, which will record the site and do some actions on it, like launching the URL, login, and log out it. Okay, so basic steps. So in order to enable the proxy, I'm just going to show with your Chrome browser. The same can be done in Mozilla as well as Internet Explorer as well. So you need to go to settings. In under settings, just search for proxy. So you'll come here, it will so open your computer proxy setting. Okay. So here it says automatic proxy setup. If you scroll down, you will see manual proxy setup. So you need to enable this when you're recording, and you need to give the address as http underscore localhost and give the port number. So this port number should match with whatever port number you give on the global setting. So I'm just using 8210. You can use 8230408450, whatever. It's to start with 8 or 9. That's best, and which is not used by anything else. Okay. So so we set up the port and we'll enable the proxy server for our recording. Once you're done with the recording, please disable it to as a best practice. Okay, so proxy server is enabled now, right? So what's next? Okay, so now we can good to record. So now we just need to open a browser. Okay, so you to record the settings, so whatever you want. So you can just open existing browser and click a new tab. That's more than enough to record it. Okay, so for this demo, I have created some dummy credentials on this site also. Like you can do create your own credential for testing. Okay, so I'm just logging out that. So, so we start recording. There's a start button over here to start recording. So when you start recording, what will happen is it's here you can see a target controller, right? So it will just start putting whatever we are recording bottom of this thread. So and it will not be a good thing. So that's why we added the recording controllers so that we place them under each controller while we record. Okay. And one more thing which is more basic about it is so when you record something, ensure that you select the correct target controller so that there is no rework on it. Okay. So first what we do, we launch the website. So I click on launch URL as the target controller and I start to click on the start button. When I click on the start button, you will see a pop-up and a firewall. So you can allow that to access the JDK. Then a pop-up for root enabled. So and click OK on it. So then it will ask a screen which will show you recorded transactions control with a name. Like you can even give that name, the controller name here. Like instead of creating individually, you can give it over here. That will also create it. But good thing is like if you know beforehand, it's better to create a proper controller. Okay. So now I open the Chrome browser in which the proxy is enabled. I type the website where we want to navigate, demo website, demowebshop.tricentric.com, and click on it. So as the first step is just to log in. So I click stop here and we open the JMeter URL. So if you open and see, now you can see something got added under the launch URL, right? So if you expand it, you will see a pen mark with a hash I. So ignore those numbers that are random numbers generated by uh, the JMeter, which we can rename it here. There is an option to rename it. So most thing what we need to do check is this is a sampler. This is a HTTP request. So if you click over here, so when we saw the samplers, right? So if you see HTTP request was a sampler. So all those stuffs are added over here. So like we have one header message manager and then we have a protocol. We see HTTPS, it went to the demo shop tricentric.com. There is no port number for it. So what we recorded came back successful. There is no anything we are passing or parameter or anything. So this is a blank login. So we can rename this as URL open, URL underscore open, right? So we'll just for our namesake, right? So now we open the URL. So next what we need to do is we need to log in. So that should be part. We'll go to the test script recorder. We'll change the target controller as login. Okay. So one thing which you need to keep note is right when you enable the proxy setting, ensure you save the proxy setting. If you don't save it, it is not going to get recorded. Okay. So now let's record the login. So to record login, click on start and again click on OK. So we will open the browser where we want to log in. So first what we need to do is we need to click on login, right? So we'll click on login. Okay, so here we need to enter the email and the password. So for testing, I have created a dummy username. You can create your own and a password. And now what we need to do is we need to click login. So it will log in and we are done with the setup. So we'll stop. So again, we'll come back to the recorded and we see the login created. There is a login 5, login 6, 7. So what you see is we'll look over it. We'll clean it up later. So there is something we need to do it for cleaning up. We'll do that later. So the last step, which is logout, right? So we'll go here, click on logout as the target controller. Click again on start button. Click on OK. And now we go here to the browser and we click on logout. So logout is done and we stop it. Okay. So as I said earlier, we got the logout in the drop down. So now we can disable the proxy and click on save button to avoid any issues. Okay. So Now we are good. So we got all the threads. We got the threads added. We got the recorder to launch URL, login and logout. So if you see logout, it says the path logout. So it clicks on logout. So if you click here, the login, it goes to login. The second login, if you click here, you will see the parameter which we passed, the JMeter, the demo 123, that was my password. So it passed the parameter to login. So all this information are captured which we need for our performance testing. So if the purpose of the recorder is done, you can even delete the test script recorder. So to delete it, just click on it and remove it. It will delete all the recorder. Okay. So as we have recorded it, so let's try running it. So for now, currently, let's run it for one user and one time. Okay, so you can see here, right? So if I click over here, start, we can click run, or you can click here the thread as start. So we'll do this way. So when I click over here, you will see the time 1 of 1, the seconds been law worked out and done. Okay, so the recording is executed, but you will not see any UI. So that's how the performance testing is going to run. Okay, so we don't have any assertion or any test results to view. What is the test result? So let's add a test results to it. So we'll talk in detail about it later. But as of now, let's add a post processor, not post processor. We want a listener, which is, well, let's add a view results in table. Okay, so this is empty right now. So let's execute it now. So when I click on start button, again it's getting executed and this will have the details. Okay, so you can see sampler. So now you have a better understanding of sampler. Totally we have around 6 samplers which we have captured. So it will show how many bytes it was sent, what is the latency, how much connection time it took, and what is the status. So that is nothing, no assertions we are validating, so all worked good, right? So we will see in more details in the upcoming video. This is just a sampling of how to record a test script and how to run the test script. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching the video. Please do press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again. Bye.